In a quiet city, brimming with ambition and innovation, two inventors stood at the precipice of greatness. Their minds, fueled by unrelenting curiosity, worked tirelessly to create a groundbreaking invention, one that could change the course of history. They had spent years sketching blueprints, assembling prototypes and running tests, each failure bringing them closer to the edge of frustration. One of them, Victor, believed in the power of perseverance and self-encouragement. He saw life as a journey filled with learning experiences rather than a rigid contest of wins and losses. He understood that setbacks were not permanent roadblocks, but necessary detours guiding him toward innovation. To Victor, failure was a natural part of progress, an opportunity to refine ideas and improve. Whenever an experiment failed, he didn't drown in despair. Instead, he took a deep breath, set his tools aside, and stepped out to treat himself. Whether it was a quiet dinner at his favorite restaurant, a small gift, or an evening walk under the city lights, Victor ensured that he celebrated his effort, regardless of the outcome. He knew that nurturing his mind and spirit would keep him motivated to push forward. To him, every attempt was proof of progress, a vital step toward success. The other inventor, Malcolm, saw failure differently. He viewed life as an unforgiving race, where only those who succeeded on the first try were worthy of recognition. Each setback felt like a personal attack, a glaring reminder of his inadequacy. He would sit for hours staring at his failed prototypes, frustration boiling within him. He crumpled blueprints, tossed tools across the room, and muttered words of self-condemnation. Every failure weighed him down, confirming his worst fears that he wasn't good enough, that his ideas were foolish, and that he was wasting his time. He believed success was all about raw perseverance and struggle, with no room for enjoyment or self-appreciation. The idea of rewarding himself for failing seemed absurd. How could he celebrate when he had achieved nothing? To him, resting or finding joy amidst failure was a sign of weakness, an indulgence reserved only for those who had already won. Their contrasting attitudes became apparent with each passing day. Victor, despite experiencing failure just as frequently, always returned to the lab with a fresh perspective. His mind, recharged from moments of joy, found new ways to approach the problems. With a heart unburdened by stress, he was able to analyze mistakes with clarity, refining his designs and improving his calculations. His resilience was fueled by optimism, and each attempt was met with renewed vigor. Malcolm, however, allowed his failures to consume him. The more he dwelled on them, the more impossible success seemed. He would watch Victor from afar, smiling, unwinding, and even inviting him to join in the small celebrations. But Malcolm saw it as mockery. How could Victor be so carefree while they were on the brink of potential greatness? His resentment grew with every laugh Victor let out, every meal he enjoyed, and every moment of peace he embraced. Malcolm viewed it as a distraction, as a weakness. One fateful night after another failed prototype, Malcolm reached his breaking point. He stormed into the lab, his fists clenched. Victor had just returned from a short getaway, his face glowing with relaxation. Malcolm couldn't hold back anymore. "How can you be so calm?" Malcolm exploded. "We are failing. Every day we are failing. And yet you walk around like it's nothing. You reward yourself for what? For being a failure?" Victor met Malcolm's burning gaze with a soft smile. "I reward myself for trying," he said calmly, "for putting in the effort, for learning from each mistake. Success isn't just about the final breakthrough, it's about the journey. If I don't take care of my mind, how can I ever expect it to find the answers I seek?" Malcolm scoffed, shaking his head. "That's ridiculous. Hard work, pure determination, and sacrifice. That's what leads to success, not wasting time on so-called rewards." Victor sighed, knowing that Malcolm's mind was clouded with frustration. "Tell me," he said, placing a hand on Malcolm's shoulder, "has all your anger and stress gotten you any closer to success?" Malcolm had no response. He looked away, his expression tightening. Deep down, he knew the truth. His frustration had only made things worse. It had robbed him of creativity, drained his energy, and pushed him into a cycle of hopelessness. Days turned into weeks, and the gap between them widened. Victor continued his approach, working hard, rewarding himself, and returning to his invention with a fresh mind. Then, one afternoon, something extraordinary happened. As he reviewed his previous designs, he noticed a small but crucial flaw, something that had eluded him in his earlier stressed-out states. With renewed excitement, he corrected the mistake and made adjustments. With his heart pounding, he flipped the switch. A soft hum filled the air, then a spark of light. The machine whirred to life. It worked. Victor's eyes widened in disbelief before a joyous laugh escaped him. He had done it. He had finally done it. News of his breakthrough spread quickly. Investors, scientists, and media outlets flocked to him, eager to learn about his revolutionary invention. Recognition, wealth, and prestige followed, but more than anything, he felt a deep sense of fulfillment. His perseverance, patience, and self-rewarding mindset had paved the way to his success. Malcolm, however, had given up long before. Unable to bear the weight of failure, he had abandoned his work, convinced that he was doomed to fail. He watched from the sidelines as Victor rose to prominence, regret gnawing at his soul. He realized too late that he had spent too much time fighting failure instead of embracing the process. Victor, in his generosity, reached out to Malcolm, offering him a place in his growing company. But Malcolm, unable to face his past choices, declined. He disappeared into obscurity, forever haunted by the success that could have been his. Success is not just about talent, intelligence, or sheer determination. It's about how we treat ourselves in the face of failure. Those who learn to embrace the journey, reward themselves for effort, and approach setbacks with a clear mind are the ones who rise above. Every failure carries a lesson, and only those willing to move forward with a renewed spirit will reach the heights they dream of. So, the next time you stumble, don't sink into despair. Take a break, reward yourself, and try again. Your breakthrough might just be around the corner. By nurturing a mindset of resilience and self-care, you create a space where creativity and progress can flourish. It is in those moments of calm reflection that the greatest ideas emerge. Hard work and persistence are essential, but so is knowing when to pause, recharge, and return with a fresh perspective. Life's challenges will always test you, but your ability to maintain inner balance will determine your success. Remember, success is not defined by the absence of failure, but by the presence of unwavering determination and self-belief. Keep going, enjoy the process, and trust that each step forward is bringing you closer to greatness. If you enjoyed this story and found its lessons valuable, don't forget to support the channel. Hit the subscribe button, like this video, and share it with your friends and family. Your support helps us create more inspiring content like this. Let's grow together, one story at a time.